That TV.
Hi, KTEE.
And Dellany.
And I'm looking at, guys, we're doing our vlog today, so I'm looking at all the stuff because we are Renaissance women, and we tend to we do have great people like Nicole and Matt. And Nikki and some other people that help us out on occasion.
Jenny.
But sometimes we have to do it ourselves, and today is one of those.
Yes.
And we started, if you look behind us, we're going to play Lizzo in the background.
Lizzo.
Through this whole thing.
Yes.
Because
it's Lizzo Day.
Yes, that's what we're calling it. Because I'm impressed because, you know, I'm in the music business and I've watched her grow. Well, before anybody else really saw like the mainstream, I've seen her career. And I've just like, because I know when like we get stuff like press and radio and all that gets like, oh, they're throwing out this song and this song and this song. And I remember when Juice came out.
Yes.
You know, and how slowly it was getting added. And then all of a sudden it was like all over all my radio promo.
Well, before that, what about Good as Hell? Because that's one. Yeah. That's the one that really, to me, that's how I knew about her, was Good as Hell.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That was more underground back then.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So now Juice was like the mainstream push.
Right.
You
Juice,
know?
Right here. Yes. Which I happen to know the choreography of Juice because Lizzo's choreographer taught it to me.
I think we should do it. So, everybody, should we do a video of her doing Lizzo's choreography?
I mean, yeah, vote on that. We'll see.
I think you
guys vote.
I'm actually trying to get her to do dance videos. You know?
Are you?
Yeah, I've already asked you a couple of times to do dance videos.
Well, do you mean like what I usually do on my Instagram, or level it up, quality and everything?
Like level it up. Like actually have like be like get like another one or two dancers, and you guys do like pieces.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yes.
Yeah, we just need to plan it.
Yes.
We can do all these things. We just have to plan.
We can do everything. You just have to be organized.
Yes. So, but anyway, Lizzo. And what's funny is I think people watching us still probably don't know Lizzo. Because the reason why I say that is because I went to a pool party in Vegas a week ago. I
remember.
And the DJ, by the way, it was a body positivity pool party. And so I'm like, hey, DJ, you might want to play like our queen, you know, Lizzo. And the DJ's like, who's Lizzo? I don't know who Lizzo is. And he's not the first DJ who has said that in the last couple of months. And I am shocked. If you are a DJ, you need to know who Lizzo is. Like, everybody wants to hear Lizzo.
I know.
Yeah.
I like her song. Like, the Good as Hell was a really good one. Yeah. Like, she's good at writing lyrics and melodies. You know, she works with really good people.
Yeah.
But the Juice, when I first heard it on the XM radio, before I even saw the video or anything, I was like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this? And then I found out it was her.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think, I think I was Shazamming it because I was somewhere that they were playing it.
Yeah.
You know, they had just started playing it.
And you were like, this song is speaking to me.
Well, no, it was just a really good move. Because so in the pop world, it's all a formula, really and truly. There is a formula to making a hit, you know, like how to do all of that. But
do you want to tell everybody, or do you want?
Well, no, I mean, there's a book, How to Make a Pop Song, you know, and if you follow the rules, it's like, you know, there's 4 chords.
What?
And there's like, you make a pop song. You need money. If you want to be a pop artist, you have to have money.
You have to have money in any of these categories. It's so sad, but true. You have to have money if you want to be anything. It's so sad because none of us have money.
Right. Well, I mean, what I tell people, you know, I say you start with your 1,000 true friends. Like Lizzo, if you look at her, she started out mixtapes, doing stuff like that.
Right.
You know, the hip hop and urban world know how to do it better than anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they do. Metal too. Metal's good at it too. Metal Mars, because they have full bands. I've talked to a lot of them, but you know, hip hop and urban, because I don't consider everything in urban hip hop. They're just really good at promoting themselves and starting with their 1,000 true fans, buying promotion for themselves. Like, you know, if you're an urban artist, there's so many promotional like websites you can go to. Some are crap, but some are really good that really help out people. Right. You know?
Yeah.
And if you really know how to work it, you know, I've seen it. You know, I've seen more urban artists get farther without a record label than I've seen anybody else.
Yeah. Well, it's because they have to figure it out, because urban artists have it more difficult than mainstream.
Right. No,
you know?
definitely.
They're like, you know what? I'll just do this myself, you know, and they have more hustle. Anytime I'm on the streets in New York or, you know, LA, I usually meet way more urban artists than any other type of artist. Right. I just do, because they're like, hey, do you want to check out my CD? You know, and they're even selling it for $1 just to get something out, you know? Yeah.
or they're just giving them out. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many times I've been when I used to work Sunset, when I worked for MySpace and did a lot of stuff. We did like House of Blues, and we did the Key Club, which is now the Oak, and it's owned by Beyonce and some other people. The Whiskey, all of that. There was a lot of rock artists, that were there, but there was a lot of hip hop artists.
Very cool.
And I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool that they were up and down Sunset, giving out stuff, and you're like, okay, especially it's tourist season right now.
Right.
It's the best time to get your stuff out.
Yeah.
And they were giving it away for free.
Well, I hope some potential, artists to be musicians are watching our show right now, because KT is giving great advice.
Right.
Yeah, and you guys are getting it for free on
Well,
Fat
I'm
TV.
sorry, but my thing is if you're a band, you can promote yourself.
Yeah.
$500 a month. Mm-hmm. That's what you need, is what I tell them to start with.
Yeah.
And if you have 5 members of your band, that's $100 a month. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Right.
And you can start promoting your music out and build an audience.
But what if the band says they don't have 500, even if you split it 5 ways?
Get a job.
Well, what if they have a job?
Get another job.
I know, that's America. 2 jobs.
But,
Everybody has 2 jobs.
if you want, every successful musician I know spends 18 hours a day working.
Right.
There's no way around it.
Well, that's like me, because I have to overcompensate because I don't have money. Mm-hmm. So I work, and you do too.
Right.
But I mean, I think, Kate, you have more money than I. We shouldn't get too personal, but obviously, I don't know. But she has 2 jobs too. Like, don't you have 2 jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't have more money. I have a business. That's the difference. Okay.
I have a business
I
too,
pay
but it's
myself.
not as businessy as KT's.
Right. But I've had a business since 2007.
Okay. And I've had a business since a year ago.
Right. And you have to there's a lot of, and I tell musicians, make a business.
Yeah.
Or artists, anybody.
Yeah.
Actresses, start off with a DBA, then move to an LLC. Mm-hmm. Write everything off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put your car, put your house. Put half your house, put all kinds of stuff. Get the good entertainment accountant.
Wow. This advice, KT.
Because, that's the only way to make it. If you want to know something.
I just feel like I took a workshop though to learn this from you, and I had to pay for it. And you're like giving everybody free wisdom.
If anybody wants to really get some consulting, just DM me, and we'll have a one-on-one, face-to-face. I do consultings for an hour to start with.
But
I told you, I give you a lot more in my workshops.
I know.
It's hard to do those workshops because I'm so busy, and I would love to do more of them. Mm-hmm. And also, my partner in crime, Sanaz, decided to move to Florida.
Why?
So
when anybody tells me they're about to move to Florida, I'm like, why are you moving to Florida?
Because I am from Florida, and I'm like,
I know,
why?
and she even knows. Anybody I know from Florida is like that. It's like,
they're like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you moving to Florida?
You might get your face be eaten off,
yes,
right?
Yes,
there's a lot of stuff going on down there that doesn't make sense.
I know.
Yeah, but anyway.
Look, there's Lizzo's again.
Lizzo! Oh, wait,
I really love that picture.
Where's her video? There's another video?
It's not. Now she's on Jerome, because I love you. So I'm playing the playlist. So sometimes a music video will come up.
Okay,
and sometimes this will come up.
Got it.
So we're really just promoting because her album's out.
Or Jerome.
Jerome is.
Got it. I thought it was still like a girl.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because I Love You is out.
Right.
The album.
Yes.
Anyway.
So how's it going?
It's good.
How's it going?
We've had a lot. We've had a lot to do. Guys. We launched on WeHo TV officially last week.
Woo woo! Congratulations. Yes.
So what we're trying to do is do 2 vlogs and 2 shows, and our at least 2 of these kinds of things a month, and then something special, either like a television show or like we're going to do something next week, which is going to involve Fetch.
Yes,
because we went and we videotaped them.
Yeah, because we do a monthly show. It's my fat acceptance, body positive sketch comedy group from founder Nikki Bailey, and there's a group of us ladies, and we perform once a month, and we have different sketches every month. It's a little ambitious,
right?
But we're pulling it off, and so we're going to be showing a couple of sketches that KT filmed.
Yes.
Quite
excited about that.
So excited.
That was a really good. Well, actually, the sketches we're going to show on our show next week are all either they were written by you or have you in them.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have a
Sound
couple.
like you. Correct. Yeah.
That's for our 30-minute show that we're going to do next week.
Yes.
And then I'm going to do there's some cool little things that happen, during that show that we're going to do snippets of and put out on Fat TV too.
Right.
And we're going to put it on the Fatch page. So tell everybody how they can find Fatch.
Okay, so we have a like page. It's kind of like Fat TV, by the way. So there's a like page, there's Instagram, but you can find us on Fatch Comedy or Fatch Sketch Comedy. We also have Twitter, and then you'll see all of us ladies connected through that. And we just recently we performed at a pool party in Vegas, and it was really, really fun. But let me tell you what happened. You know what? There's a little bit of drama that happened. You guys ready for this? So we went to this really fun pool party, and the women who were in charge of it are really great women. Actually, as a matter of fact, I asked one of them to come on the show. Kristen, you know Kristen. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, she said she would. So now we got to hold her to it because we said it on here. But anyway, everything was going really, 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 really well. But at the very end, and okay, let me rewind a little bit. They had security there, security guards, and some of the security were recording us. Like at the pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool.
Well, what's weird is that I also didn't think it was cool, but I noticed like one of the security guards, especially, he seemed like he was with one of the ladies.
Right.
So I was like, oh, maybe everybody's family here, and these guys are volunteering their time and they're supporting us, but they were standing there recording, and I was just kind of looked around and I was like, nobody is saying anything. So maybe I'm just being too paranoid. So by the end of the day, though, when my group was ready to leave, I mentioned to my friend who's in the Fatch group, I told her, I said, yeah, like, I'm really glad we're leaving because I've been kind of thrown off with those guys recording us. And she's like, what guys? And I said, security. Some of the security's been filming us today, all day, basically. And she goes, and I said, mainly one guy. And she said, show me that guy. And I pointed to the guy, the security. He was sitting down, taking a break. She went over there and she basically like went off on him. And it gets worse.
Oh, wow.
It gets worse.
Okay.
So I know, drama. So she was telling him, who do you think you are? You can't record us. You didn't get my permission. You have influencers here. Like, there were all types of people there. She goes, you didn't get any of our permission. How dare you? And he kept denying that he did it, but he finally admitted that he did it. But do you want to know how he admitted it? He goes, you know what? I did film you. I filmed all of you. Y'all are disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourselves for being here and putting yourself out here like that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Excuse me. Are you freaking kidding me?
Like, he said that. He literally said that.
But he was paid to be there.
Yeah. So the head of security came over, and my friend was like going off. I seriously bow down to her for that, because I realized that I should have said something earlier, and I let the whole day go by because I thought everybody was friends. I really did. I just assumed the best of everybody.
Right.
But she knew, because she's been in situations like this before. I haven't, I just didn't know. And like I said, one of the other security guards, it seemed like he was dating someone who was there, one of the ladies. So the head of security asked him to leave. And we actually went on our way out. We saw him in his car, and of course he was glaring at us and all that stuff or whatever.
And?
But I don't know what happened, but I don't want that to ruin the actual experience of what this body positive pool party was. Like, so many women were so nice, and the confidence, but we don't need someone like that standing there and judging us and making fun of us and putting it out there for all of his friends to see and just shaming us. Like, everybody has a right to go to a pool party. It's a freaking pool party, you know? And I was just really disappointed, and I haven't really stopped thinking about it because I couldn't believe that guy, and by the way, he was just ugly. He was like, and I know everyone.
I was about to ask you, what did he look like?
He was so ugly. Like, he was beat with like 100 ugly sticks. And I normally...
Did you really just say that?
Yeah. He was beat by 100 ugly sticks. Like, I normally wouldn't say things like this, but I really thought long and hard about how someone who could physically look like him, because he's not acceptable by beauty standards at all,
right.
But he's not fat.
Right.
You're right? Okay. So I couldn't believe that someone like him would actually like tell us that we should be disgusted with ourselves. But I thought about it. The reason why I think he was so ugly is because he's disgusting on the inside.
Correct.
And his hatefulness, his discrimination, his fat phobia, all of that is just exuding out of his skin. And I feel that's what's making him so ugly. And that's what it is. Like, he might actually be a decent looking guy if he didn't have such an awful attitude.
Well, that's what I mean. Most people that like go after other people hate themselves. You know what I mean? That's like most people do,
right?
And especially in the industry that we're in, a lot of these people that are we think are beautiful on the outside are ugly people on the inside, and they hate themselves,
and they don't root for anybody but themselves. Like they have a problem being happy for other people,
right?
Yeah. So, well, I'm happy that my friend did what she did. Like, she was very brave, and she didn't think twice. And I learned something from her. She inspired me, and I want her on the show too,
right?
But that guy. I don't think he learned anything. And so all of us were on his Instagram for at least 24 hours in stories. Like,
I would have got onto his Instagram and I would have been like, hey, you piece of crap.
Yeah.
And actually, if he would have said that to me, I'd have been like, you, not a damn woman here would date your ugly ass.
That's my point. Like, I feel like he was like hating us because he knew that like none of us bothered to talk to him. Like, we were not talking to him, and he probably
what it was more is that he saw people who are usually put down, having a good time and loving themselves.
Yeah.
And he was jealous. It all comes down to jealousy.
Right. But I mean, there's something to be said for like audience. Like, what do you do when you see a person of size at the pool, like, or at the ocean? Like, everybody deserves to be at the beach or the pool. It's hot outside.
Right.
It's like you can't win. Like, everybody tells people of size to be more active, and like when they are, you still find a way to go off on them or shame them in some way, which leads me to the Nike mannequin. Oh, man, there has been so much. The Nike mannequin?
Well, I mean, I like the Nike mannequin. I put it out on our Facebook page.
No, I know, but there's been controversy. Like, a lot. I read there is one comment that a troll said, and a woman, where I feel like sometimes women are more understanding than anybody, because women have to have babies. It's not Handmaid's Tale. They don't have to have babies, but women do have babies. And women fluctuate because of menstrual cycle, and we go through a lot of like changes a lot more than men do, right? Well, one woman wrote, they wouldn't, talking about the mannequin, but then talking about people through the mannequin, but it was like, they wouldn't be fat if they worked out. And I'm like,
okay, let me just go back to that. Yeah. All right. Let me just tell you something, okay? I have been an athlete since I was 2. I mean, 7 months old, actually.
Wow.
I was put in the water. I was swimming at 7 months old.
Wow.
Okay. I was born 7 pounds, 13 ounces.
Baby.
Around 5, I never lost my baby fat. I'm bigger boned than my sister. A heavy-set women runs in the family. I went from swimming when I was little to t-ball to softball to baseball to softball.
Yeah.
I played basketball. I swam during high school and junior high, and I was on multiple teams. Okay, I was never smaller than a size 12.
Yeah.
Once I got to a certain age, you know what I mean?
Build, yeah.
And I was super healthy. I worked out. I had muscles, I had abs, I had over 400 batting average or 300, whatever it is.
Right.
And I mean, we were powerful. And there was another girl that was bigger than me and the other 2 power hitters that were on my team that was for another team. And she was big. Like, she was big. And I'm like, she was an athlete.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just certain women
and men. Big women are athletes.
Right.
Fat women are athletes. Like, fat women run marathons.
Right.
Like, it's facts. Look it up. It's really true.
And skinny, super skinny runners. Like, there's a 35-year-old woman just died. For a long distance runner from heart problems because she was it's what happens is you do that long distance running and there's just not enough, like a lot of women that are really tiny, it's just like they can't get enough nutrients in their body.
Right.
And then they run on top of it, which is like taking like so many calories out of your body.
Yeah.
And it puts so much stress. And I believe, and I've seen so many people that have like died that are super skinny, and it's mostly with long distance runners, and I think a couple of long distance bike people,
right,
because they do so much. It's actual damage that they're doing to their body.
Yeah,
and especially if they're smaller, if they're known to be smaller, they tend to not have. It's harder for them to get calories in. Because I have a friend that is very small, and it's hard for her to get calories into her body, enough calories in a day to keep her going. And it's just something that's, it's a health thing that's hers.
Right.
And if she was running or doing massive amounts of working out on top of that, it would hurt her.
Yeah.
She would die early,
Yeah. Well, for the most part, I feel that a lot of people were in support of the Nike, the Nike. It was Nike Town in London in UK, and they put out that plus wear, and they're also promoting like handy capable clothing wear and stuff. So they're really expanding with their diversity.
Right.
And people, for the most part, I feel have been inclusive, but then I don't. What was that tabloid? Was it a tabloid? It was that the girl, all about this, right? There was some scandal. What? Like,
okay. Sometimes I just don't know what we're talking about half the time.
Well, the Nike mannequin came out, and a journalist wrote a smear article about the Nike mannequin. Like, she's so angry, and it was through, I think the Daily, I've got to start
the
Googling.
UK Daily Mail.
I think so. Yeah,
that's a piece of crap.
No. But it went pretty freaking
right.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta look this up.
But that's what they're like. It's like OK Magazine here, and they're like smear magazines.
Got you. Yes. Yeah.
My friend is from England, and he's like, "That's piece of crap magazine." He's like, "No, don't even try."
Right. Was it Telegraph? Oh no, it's Telegraph.
Telegraph.
Maybe Telegraph. Yeah, but I'm trying to find the name of her. Wait, this. If you can see,
you can put it here. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, here you go. There you go.
Yeah, it's this lady who is clearly not a very small size lady herself.
Right.
So you gotta wonder, what is her name? I'm sure people who know the story. Oh, Tanya Gold. So it was the Telegraph, and it's Tanya Gold. So yeah, look. She said the new mannequin is obese, and she is not readying herself for a run in her shiny Nike gear. She cannot run. She is more likely pre-diabetic and on her way to a hip replacement. What terrible!
Bitch, please, I could probably run circles around you right now,
right? With
my bum ass knee and my back messed up from the accident. I could probably still run circles around you.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny is I feel that she is just looking to grab onto things that are controversial.
Right.
Because a couple of years prior to this, she had written an article about how men aren't the worst people who shame women. Women are. So, like, she knows what she's doing. She's like, and also she's shaming a mannequin. I mean, how crazy is that? It's a freaking mannequin.
But I will go back to that thing.
What?
I have seen more women down women than I've seen men downing. Like what they're wearing, their makeup, what they look like.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
I've been around more women. No, actually, you know what it is? Women are more vicious about it.
Yeah, because men are not that.
Men are easy. Sorry, you guys like think with one thing.
I don't think that's true. That's not true.
Okay, not all everyone.
Yeah.
But
men have gotten more. I mean, honestly, KTEE and I are in a bowl. We're in a Hollywood bowl, like a fishing bowl. So it feels as if everybody is very shallow. Right. It really does. So I see where you're coming from with that kind of comment.
I don't know. But when I was in high school and college in the South,
one thing,
the women were more vicious towards other girls than the men.
I think nowadays, especially in this bowl, men are very hard on women if you don't have your hair right, if you don't have your makeup beat well, if you're not dressing brands, if you're not sucked in. And I could be talking about just our Hollywood fishbowl of women, but it is not easy to live here when you're a person of size.
I think men have an idea of what they want, and most men can't get it. No offense. You know what I mean?
But why do they have that idea?
Because it's the media.
It's the media.
It's beauty magazines. But who runs beauty magazines? Who runs beauty magazines?
Men.
No.
Women.
Mostly women put out stuff in beauty magazines.
But who runs? No. If we really dug deep, I bet there's a man who's running. Like, think about Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret is run by a man.
Right.
Was run by a man. Yeah. And now it's going downhill because nobody agrees with.
But there's a lot of big women in the fashion and beauty industry.
Yeah.
There's a lot like top tier women.
Right. And so they're putting it out.
It's like the total Devil Wears Prada.
There's a lot of deep-seated psychologically stuff.
Correct.
It really is because we respond subconsciously to ads, advertisements, billboards, pictures, images, movies, TV, music videos. And so to me, I can't speak for the rest of the world, but in this bowl that we live in Hollywood, I think that guys have higher expectations for what women should look like.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, because you walk down the street and everybody has had plastic surgery. I mean, if you go to Boa Steakhouse, I call that the actress hooker hangout. You know what I mean?
Because, wait, tell me a little bit about this.
I mean, it's like you go to happy hour there and there's like skinny little I'm kind of being mean, but there's actresses that want to be actresses just throwing themselves all over men. I actually had to talk about this the other day with somebody because we're not addressing that stuff. Okay. We're not as a Me Too movement, we're not addressing the women who are doing things like that, who are making us look bad. You know what I mean? Who are going, okay, well, I'm going to throw myself on this guy. Hey, that's Tom Cruise. Let's just say it's Tom Cruise. Okay. I know that's Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. If I throw myself on him and then, if I do something and then maybe he'll do something wrong and then he can either A, get me apart, B, I'll sue him.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And the thing is I know, that's why I'm saying there are some vicious women in this world that are messing up our thing that we don't even talk about. And I understand because there's some men that have come out about that who says, hey, why aren't we talking about that? And the thing is like, as I say, I've always seen both sides. Mm-hmm. And when I got here, to me, it was more racist and vicious towards women. Mm-hmm. That more women were racist. Mm-hmm. More women were vicious towards women than I had to deal with in the South.
Mm. Oh my God, I say that all the time. Oh yeah. Like I experienced more racism in New York City than I ever experienced in the South. Right. Like and people don't believe me. Right. And I'm like, it's true. It's in your face. It's in your face. Like in New York, a lot of tension is high depending on the day in New York. But the South gets a bad rep for that, but it's true. At like these major cities, these cities are pretty, you feel and experience the racism more than you think, more than you would even realize.
Well, I can say, because I lived in Atlanta and I lived in southern Georgia and I'm from Florida. Mm-hmm. Ours is pretty cut and dry. It's black, white, Latin. That's pretty much, that's what we have. That's the racism that goes on. In California, it's all racist because there's so much different culture. Like I've never felt so weird going into certain parts of the city and be like, there's a lot of racism going on in different cultures. It's like Asian culture, like, Korean. And it's like nuts. Like when I first moved to San Francisco, I was like, whoa, there's like certain parts you don't go in at night, and even within the white community too, you have like here, like I live in West Hollywood and parts of West Hollywood is Russian mafia. Yeah. You know what I mean? True. And it's like even and it's mafia. Even like within there's a lot of religious, sects that are like, what do you call it? Sex, SEC? I can't say it. I know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sex. That are very much like, there's the Orthodox Jewish community that's around here too. And some of the men will not look at any of the women. You know, if you're not dressed right, or they look at you and go,
no, it's true.
You know
it's
what I mean?
Weird. It's weird because I tend to ignore it a lot because like we are just doing our thing,
right?
And we're part of a movement, and we're making strides. But sometimes, like, it really hits you hard out here how, for men and women, are they really are about the outside appearance, and that's it. And if you don't cut what their societal standards are or what they're fed out here, then you're not really anything to them.
Right.
And we go to festivals.
Right.
I have been ignored a lot at festivals based on my outside appearance, and I'm a freaking filmmaker. But like, you know, an actress will come up who is, you know, she's an actress, and I appreciate that. I'm an actress, but she's just that, right? But because she is the size 2 and she's got her straightened hair and blah blah blah, like, guys just swarm to her, and it's like, this is supposed to be a networking event, not a matchmaking event. It's not Tinder.
Wait, Sundance is Tinder, okay? Sundance is Tinder. I'm sorry.
Is it? Spill the tea. Spill the tea. Is Sundance?
No, I mean, like, it's so funny because you go to these networking events. I go to so much networking events.
I'm just
like, to me, I'm just like, I can't deal with it anymore. But I want to go back to a racism thing really quick here in California that really kind of irks me. Like, when I hear my white friends, and I will say,
my white friends,
and we're like at a drive-through or at a Walmart or something like that.
You go to Walmart? This is gonna be another conversation.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
She just started another conversation.
Anyway, and then get mad when somebody's speaking Spanish to you. I'm like, it's California.
It's California. I feel like Spanish should be the first language in California, in Southern California.
You know, I saw something today. There's an app where, like, it's teaching millennials how to speak Spanish 20 minutes a day. Learning how to speak. I want to learn that.
Millennials? What is it?
I mean, it was like millennials are learning to speak Spanish.
Like, if you're a baby boomer, get off of this app, because we just want y'all to go away. No.
There's ageism going on. No, it was an article that said if you are, you know, millennials are learning how to speak Spanish 20 minutes a day. Yeah. My niece knows Spanish, Korean, Japanese, and Chinese.
Is she fluent in all of them?
She can talk to people. Like, I love it when we go get my nails done.
Yeah.
Because she tells me what they're saying.
Do they say they really do?
I mean, sometimes they make fun of people's feet. You know,
yeah,
I would say, but I'm always tell the girl, I say, I don't know how you could touch feet because I have feet phobia.
It's weird.
And I'm like, how do you touch people's feet? But seriously, when somebody tells me, I don't understand why they can't learn how to speak English. And I'm just like, this California was part of Mexico.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Spanish came here. I mean, well, the Indians had America first.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but that is such entitlement. That's white privilege at its finest.
Well, I mean, I've seen other races say it too, but not as much as white people.
And what's funny is when I worked more, and I still work in restaurants, but like the restaurant I'm at right now, there's not... I mean, it's actually the majority of the people in the kitchen are English speaking, but most restaurants I've worked in are Spanish speaking. Right. And I learned a lot of kitchen Spanish.
Right.
But this is the kind of thing you have to stay on, because I was like, okay, I know enough Spanish to get by where I can, you know, speak a little bit, but definitely comprehend a lot. Comprende, a lot. Right. Yeah. But if you don't stay on top of it, you lose it all. So I'm going to download that app.
I know. I need to look up
tell us the name of that app.
Because I took 2 years in high school, but I don't remember it.
Right.
I remember like queso and
queso.
I learned because when I was in college, I worked at a like a Tex-Mex restaurant, you know, and actually, a lot of the people that worked there were illegal, and they came to America. Took money, all the money that they lived in small apartments and together in Georgia.
Yeah.
And they took all the money that they had and sent it back to their families.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they would come in and work cheap, which I think is the stupidest thing ever. It's like, and it's something that I know we're trying to work on.
Yeah.
But the work ethic was there. These were not people that were like raping and pillaging the American public. They were working to feed families that they couldn't afford.
And the whole rape,
in Mexico,
and the raping and pillaging is not based on a skin pigmentation.
Right.
Excuse me, because that is across the board.
Right.
Yeah, that's just bollocks. Bollocks.
But I had the most fun. They taught me how to drink tequila. The right tequila.
The right tequila.
The right tequila.
What's the right tequila?
The right tequila that doesn't make you get a hungover. No, it was fun. And actually, I felt really bad because there's something funny happened because hot sauce is huge. And I'm not a hot sauce person.
I'm a ranch.
And so
team ranch.
We bet this one guy, we were like $100 it's this like this hot sauce that his friend had bought back.
Okay.
It was super it was tear your stomach up. We said, I'll give you $100. You drink a shot of it.
Who?
Because we were drunk on tequila.
What?
And he sure enough did, and we had to take him to the hospital.
Wait, what?
But we paid for his hospital bill and still gave him his money.
Wait,
but he
what?
totally did it. Yeah.
So one shot put this man in the hospital.
Yes. He got really sick from it.
But why do people take it if it's going to make you sick?
Because I don't know. I don't know. Like we were like, no, because you're only supposed to put it's like the ultimate ghost pepper, I think.
Yeah.
You're only supposed to put a little bit on.
Okay.
You know?
Right. So, and he did a whole shot.
That's the only thing is don't get drunk on tequila.
Are you still friends with him? Or is he never speaking to you again?
No, he went back. He went back and I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah, he might have not made it.
No,
he life because of that hot sauce.
But it was so much fun when I worked there. And I used to get in trouble all the time with my friends back then because I would hang out with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, people are people.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody growing up, I grew up in Jacksonville. I grew up on the north side.
Yeah.
To the right of me was an African-American family. To the left of me.
Yeah.
No, to the right of me was a Arabic family from Iraq. And to the left of me was a black family.
Yeah.
And they were my best friends growing up.
That's great.
I didn't understand racism until I went to school.
Right.
And I didn't truly understand how bad our country was until September 11th. And my next door neighbors who I loved, who I went to school with, we all went to school together, and they owned these big, I tell everybody they owned All-American. They were so much bad things happened to them.
Yeah.
All I can say is that. You know what I mean? After September 11th.
Yeah.
And these are people that were not terrorists whatsoever.
Right.
But when I saw that happen, I really realized what was wrong with our country.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in the South. My grandfather, he's a little Southern, but his best friend was black, and they used to say the crappiest things to each other. That you couldn't get away with.
I mean, that's interesting. I wonder, because you said you didn't really experience it or think about it until college. That's a long ways to go without.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, but okay, so.
Because I'm trying to pinpoint for me.
Right.
And I know I was very aware of racism in elementary school, but I can't remember what it was that.
I was aware of racism.
Yeah.
But I never let it bother me because I grew up with different cultures around me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of where I was, because of where I lived and the people that were around me. I didn't truly experience it till I did go to school, till I was in middle school. Elementary, it wasn't really bad.
Yeah.
I was in gifted classes and stuff like that. And then I went to a Southern Baptist in 6th grade. It was when I got to 7th grade.
Yeah.
That I really was like, oh, okay. I'm number one, I was from the wrong side of the tracks.
Right.
And number two, I was only supposed to talk to white people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then I went to a predominantly white school for high school that was in the middle. I mean, when I went to high school, they were still burning crosses out there. And I was like, that's when I was really like, whoa, you know what I mean? And my friends, my next door neighbors, my mom had helped get them into school there. So that's I experienced their what they did as from Iraq.
Yeah,
I experienced their racism, which was actually worse than what the blacks were experiencing because there wasn't that many Arabic people in Jacksonville. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so we would come home and I would hear what people would say to them. And I'd be like, oh my God, that is just crazy. Yeah. Because these are people I grew up with. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we did all the things that you did as kids, growing up. Yeah. And as I say, my grandfather was a little, Yeah. And, you hear it. But it wasn't as prominent until I got to high school and junior high. Yeah. Until I was around other people all the time. Yeah. That were like that. you know?
Yeah.
And then going to college and all of that, you know, it was a little, but I still, out of all of that, coming to California, it's been worse. It's been more vicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Well, I think it's good to like know and pinpoint these times in your life, you know?
Right.
Because like at this point, everybody, like my friend Cheryl says, you know better, you do better.
Right.
At this point, you can't say that you don't know that racism exists.
Right.
Because that argument is like dumb.
Right.
People are like, there's no such thing. We don't have racism today. Yes. Yeah. We've had it. And to me, it's gotten worse, not better, you know?
No.
And it has always been there. So, again, like maybe we can talk about this on another show, but I'm trying to remember like as young as I was, I know it was elementary school because I'm pinpointing some things, but no, it's always been there. And of course our people of color friends have experienced it since they came out of the womb, you know, and a friend of mine brought up a great point. She had just recently seen When They See Us from Ava DuVernay on Netflix. Outstanding series. I think it's like the #1 or most watched series on Netflix to date, right? Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't.
Ooh. So, but
I do want to see it though. I do want to see it.
But she said that like just watching that reminded her of when she was a kid, and like that's specifically something, that event is something that helped I shouldn't say helped, but hindered the way she saw young Black boys, you know, and she didn't even realize it. She just didn't know. And
I remember.
Like,
I think it's the same friend because she posted a Facebook post about it. Yeah.
But like, it made me even think, and I think that I've always had a pretty good head on my shoulders as far as, you know, giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't think I ever thought that, you know, Black or brown boys were bad boys.
Right.
I mean, because where I came from, white boys were bad boys. You know what I mean? Like, it was just not. You know, don't get me started. But my point is that I was like, was I scared of? No, they were really nice. You know, I think I was in a different situation though. I had a lot of friends who were Black and brown, you know, and all good people. And so many people of color were great to my mother, and if you were good to my mother, you were good with me. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So. Well,
my mom taught starting in junior, like when I was really young. She taught at Paxton, which was predominantly Black school. Then she went to Rains, which is a predominant. I was always around it, so that's another reason why I didn't understand it.
Right.
Until I'm gonna be quite. My sister was a cheerleader, and she was like the only little white girl on the football field. And we used to love. It was Rains and Ribault. My mom taught there, and I think we were in junior high because they had the drum team, the band. Right. You know what I mean? And I was so excited. I was like, "Are we going this year?" Because when Rains and Ribault played against each other, it was more battle of the band than it was football.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was like I love that. And I actually went to summer school there, and like everybody was so super nice to me. Yeah. You know? And I was just like, it's just sad, you know? And it has changed. Jacksonville's changed a lot. Right. You know, they've segregated. I mean, they've desegregated, you know, more. Like they're trying to be more inclusive in all schools. Right. So like the school that I went to is now accepting of more people of a minority status.
I think for me, also just being raised in Greensboro, North Carolina, we were taught our librarian, Mrs. Ash, she was a hero to me, and I will never forget her. She taught me more than my actual teachers did. But like, it wasn't just Black History Month for her; it was Black History School Year. So every time we went to the library, we were going to hear about, you know, a Black person, right? But we Greensboro is known for the historic and famous Woolworths, the protest, the sit-in. So and we would go to Woolworths, so it was always brought up. It was always in front of our face. We were always reminded, like it's that history is there and it's in your face. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why I was always aware and asking questions. Have we talked about that on this show, by the way?
I don't remember.
Okay, so my Aunt Elaine recently told me, when I say recently, it's been in the last couple of years, I didn't know this. She said, let me tell you something about that sit-in. Everybody thought that was a successful sit-in because they allowed people of color to sit at the lunch counter. Oh, wow. But guess what they did? Once all the cameras, media, newspapers went away, the white people were not allowed to sit at the counter anymore. So they still segregated. And Elaine said, we just wanted to sit at the counter like we always
That's
had.
Weird.
And now, because they were sitting at the counter, the white people had to go sit at the tables. So they were still segregating, but nobody knew. Nobody knew. And she said it didn't progress as much as we thought it did. But I think that's something about history too, is the reality didn't progress, but images are everything. And seeing the image of that and knowing, like, I've seen the stools they've sat on.
Right.
These things help people become more progressive. Like, the images are so important.
Right.
So it's the idea of it too that is helping people today even,
Correct.
So, but it definitely was disappointing to hear that, like, they still didn't get to sit together after that. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. No, and she said nobody knew about it. Yeah. She just told me this. And I was like, yeah, we talk about it all the time now. So anyway, yeah. It's so weird.
But I think
I love having Lizzo behind us, but like, it's so distracting.
Well, quit watching her.
I know, like, hey,
because I'm switching back and forth, which I don't even think I've switched to my close-up.
I have noticed that. Switch to your close-up.
No, and everybody, this is my close-up, and how are you doing? And I'm just kidding. Going back.
Do it, girl.
Well, that's what happens whenever we have to do everything ourselves.
I know. She's doing, we have, as you've seen, if you've stayed with us, she's clicking back and forth. That's how come everything's moving. She's doing it. She's monitoring this whole thing.
And our audio over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So, anybody who wants to come help out?
Yes.
Come on. Come on.
Give them your address.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Give them your address.
No.
Tell them where you live. You can message us through Fat TV.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway.
But anyway, we're coming to the end of our show.
Anyway.
Like normal, we always just start yakking and yakking and yakking.
There's always something to talk about. Let's talk last subject. Look at the hair. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is proof that humidity exists in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm happy about it. I'm like, that's why I was like, I'm not toning it down.
Right.
Like, especially the older we get, we want our hair to be, you know what I mean?
Correct.
But like this, like 10 years ago, my hair did not look this full in Los Angeles.
Wow.
But this is humidity, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, like all LA. Yeah. I'm happy about it, but not happy because it's obviously climate crisis.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
On that note.
Yeah.
I think we're in Florida now, just so you already know.
Yeah.
So what do we have coming up?
Oh.
Do we have anything coming up
what
special?
Do you mean? Oh, yeah. Well, we have a local Los Angeles people. We have another Fact Sketch comedy show, June 28th. Just go to the Fact Sketch comedy like page and you'll see the location, the time, the price of tickets. Totally worth it. We're going to open with a stand-up comedian.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool.
Oh, yeah. We might have a dancer, a featured dancer. So lots of fun stuff. What about you?
I have a new movie coming out in June, and I'll start talking about. And we have She's Too Fat coming out.
She's Too Fat is coming out this summer.
Yeah, and I just finished up a pilot for Crazy Thought, which is a kids mental docuseries that I'm doing.
Crazy Thought. It's so
Crazy Thought.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
Why?
Because my mind, Lizzo videos. I thought you said Crazy Thought, like THOT. Thought, like you're a thought. Oh, that's
a crazy thought.
It's slang thought.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Dellany.
I've been watching.
This is Earth.
I've been watching too much TikTok. Too much TikTok.
I thought you stopped watching TikTok.
Oh no, girl. Do you know the whoa? It goes whoa. Do it. You want to try it?
So when are you going to start doing our TikTok for Fat TV?
Well, let's start now. We can start as soon as we get on this. Here, do a whoa for the crowd. Okay. Do the whoa. Are you ready? Whoa. Just that's the whoa.
No. Oh my God.
That could have been our TikTok right there.
That could have been.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Do it again?
Okay. Whoa.
And no. Now, we're going to take that and we're going to put that.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, all right. Let everybody know where they can find us.
Okay, so you can find us on our Fat TV World like page on Facebook, which is probably where you're watching this right now.
Right. But we also launched our YouTube.
We launched our YouTube. So go to our YouTube channel, Fat TV World. Fat TV World. And then you also have Instagram, Fat TV World. I mean, you're going to find us everywhere.
And tonight, we're going to start our Twitter.
Are we?
Yes, we have to start tweeting.
Okay.
We have to start tweeting.
Let's tweet about how we have to start tweeting.
And
more.
then also, if you go to Fat TV World, that'll show all of our videos that from past. So
yes.
We do have fattvworld.com.
Yes.
And then we're also, pretty soon, we're going to put up our thing to get on our mailing list so you can keep up with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, we don't want to like brag about it, but we're kind of taking over. So you guys might want to stay with us on this journey just to see that
we want to do
it.
As Madonna says, we want to take over the world.
We pretty much could take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell our lovely audience before we leave?
Yeah, okay. Vote on if you want to see me do dance videos or not.
No, we're going to do this.
Oh.
Okay. Don't even vote. I know everybody's going to say yes.
Vote on if you guys want us to do a Fat TV episode or vlog out by the pool. She's got a pool out here.
Well, I mean, July 4th, I'm having a pool party. We might do some live stuff from there. We're going to do some live stuff from there.
Yeah. Just vote. Everybody vote.
Right.
Voting is your basic human civil rights. So just in anything, vote. Yeah, that's
just vote. Well, actually, yeah. In November, get out and vote.
Yeah, or we just had voting in the beginning of June. Like, just vote with the non-popular ones. Vote.
Yes.
Because look what happens when you don't vote, or look what happens when the wrong people vote.
Yes, because a lot of people, my friend. Okay,
girl,
I'm not even gonna go in. Another show. All right, we love you guys.
Love y'all.
Make sure also to check on WeHo TV if you're in Los Angeles.
Yes.
The public access we're going to do there. And hey, if you want us on one of your public access stations near you, DM me and let me know. We're trying to get in North Carolina near her mommy.
Yeah, mama.
We're trying to get into Florida near my mommy.
Her mama. Yeah.
And we're working on Pasadena, which is another California thing.
Yes.
But any place, just send it to us and we'll email them and try to get the show on.
Any state or outside of our country, any part of the world, let us know what that channel is so we can start getting to that channel.
Yes.
And we can,
We want you. We want you to help us help you.
We really want our mamas to see this show.
Yeah, we do want mamas because your mom doesn't have internet.
My mama won't have internet. And unless I'm on Lifetime or Hallmark, she never tunes in. But she will make an exception if we can get some public access.
All right.
So yeah.
So guys, we'll see you next week. Miss you, love you.
Bye.
Fat TV World. Remember that. Bye.